Hola! Your dream vacation to Bali starts from rupees 22,999 only with GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand.
Hello Naba.
Hi.
Welcome to Galatta, Telugu.
Thank you, Ram.
To start with, Naba మీనింగ్ ఏంటో తెలుసా?
మీకు తెలుసా?
నేను గూగుల్ చేసా, బట్ మీరు చెప్పండి.
నేను పుట్టింది ఇది ఎవరిని కలిసినా వాళ్ళు నబా అనేది ఫస్ట్ ప్రొనౌన్స్ కరెక్ట్గా చెయ్యరన్నమాట. నబా నవా ఏదో అంటారు. నేను తర్వాత నభా ఫ్రమ్ ద ఎపిగ్లాటిస్ అంటా. లైక్ యూ నో హ్యావ్ టు ప్రొనౌన్స్ ఇట్ ఫ్రమ్ యువర్ స్టమక్. ఇట్ యాక్చువల్లీ మీన్స్ ద స్కై ఇన్ సాంస్క్రిట్. అండ్ ఇంకో ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ ఫ్యాక్టర్ ఏంటంటే నా పేరు మీద ఇట్ ఈస్ అ కాంబినేషన్ ఆఫ్ అమ్మాజ్ అండ్ అప్పాజ్ నేమ్ అనమాట. Natesh is my second name. Natesh is my father's name. Now, Bha is from Bhagya. Bhagyalakshmi is my amma's name. So, Naba అనేది అట్లా చాలా బ్రెయిన్ వాడి పెట్టారు అన్నమాట parents. Yeah.
శృంగేరిలో పెరిగారు కదా?
Yes.
How was growing up like?
Oh my God, it was amazing. It's a beautiful town. It's on the bank of Tunga River on the Western Ghats. And 18th century architecture established by Shankaracharya Annamata. It was hugely filled with culture and like, you know, traditions and ekkadellina meeku music vintu untadi, ekkadellina bhajanalu vintu untadi. And I somehow had this space of exploring that artistic side of mine. When you actually grow in a place which is excellent kada. Shankaracharya actually 8th century after 8th century my mistake 8th century after when he was trying to advocate his Advait Vedant, he was propagating that he wanted to establish pitams like Nalgu Pita, like you know, establish
Shakti Pitam undi kada?
Shakti Pitam, yeah, Sringeri Sharadamba Shakti Pitam. This is the first Shakti Pitam he established. There is an interesting story. When he was traveling the entire south, he came to Sringeri Annamata on a sunny day, scorching sun, and he saw like a very miraculous scene where there was a pregnant frog. It was tired and it was like crawling to walk and all that. Then, out of nowhere, suddenly comes a snake with a hood open.
Okay.
It actually comes and provides shade to the frog.
Oh wow.
To see, actually, snake and frog are staunch enemies. They're nemesis.
Yeah.
Shankaracharya was like moved by this act. He's like, there is no place holy as Sringeri to, you know, establish my first Shakti Pitam ani adi atla chesarannamata. Nenu chinnappudu nunchi ilanti kathalu, all the amazing things which is about the architecture, it is beautifully constructed. You go and you just see excellence over there. There is one piece of architecture which I love. There are like, you know, rings like that hooped together and it is just hung around like around a temple.
Google చేసి దొరుకుతుందా పిక్చర్ నాకు?
You Google it, you'll get everything. So that hoops na, it's around 8 like that rings has been like interlinked together, but that has been carved out of a single stone.
Oh, all the 8 rings.
All the 8.
Oh damn.
So it's like that. The entire town is that way. Like it's in the nature. I think I was like a blessed child to have grown up in that. And as a child also kind of, it influenced me to be better and to learn everything what the place was offering me. I was just in, you know, creativity throughout. I kind of learned dancing, Bharatanatyam and singing, and I was on stage. Painting, looking at those beautiful architecture and everything. I think it just made me who I am. Yeah, it's a beautiful town.
Lovely. ఈ మూవీ యాక్టింగ్ ఈ ఫ్యాసినేషన్ ఎప్పుడు స్టార్ట్ అయింది?
See, as a child, ever since the age of 4, I've been on stage, Anamata. In various, I had a lot. Somehow, I still do not comprehend how I have this hunger and curiosity for life. అండ్ యాజ్ అ చైల్డ్ ఆబ్వియస్లీ ఇప్పుడు మనం పెరిగినాము, మనకు తెలుస్తుంది మన ఎనర్జీ ఎక్కడెక్కడ వెళ్తుంది, ఇది కరెక్ట్ కాదు, ఇది నేను వేస్ట్ చేస్తున్నాను ఆల్ దాట్. బట్ యాజ్ అ చైల్డ్ ఐ డోంట్ నో వేర్ టు పుట్ ఇట్. సో ఐ యూస్ టు పుట్ ఇట్ ఎవ్రీవేర్ అండ్ సమ్హౌ ఇట్ కేమ్ బ్యాక్ టు మీ అన్నమాట. లైక్ టు సాటిస్ఫై పేరెంట్స్ హంగర్, ఐఎమ్ లైక్ ఐఎమ్ గోనా స్కోర్ 90 అండ్ కీప్ యూ happy so that I can go and do whatever I want to do. Freedom, because like as a child ఎలా ఉంటుంది అని అంటే పేపర్లో ఏముంది మార్క్ షీట్లో ఏముంది అది that is what you are.
That decides your identity,
everything. Like, are you going to be like, see, it's more like they care for you and they care for your future. They want to be like, want you to be good. But I'm like, okay, even though I understood or not, I'm like, okay, I'm going to score whatever you want. Because somehow, like I was talking to you earlier, I am a huge nerd. And
we'll get to that
subject and anything I used to study, it used to come to me. I used to just sit like a week before the exam.
You're topper types.
I'm a topper.
Okay.
So I'm a topper. So like obviously kada ippudu oka chinna pilla anni chestanu nenu akkada veltanu ikkada veltanu. I used to not even take my parents. So they have to get like verification that okay, this girl is good in studies, let us send, because so much so that when I was in 10th standard, my dad, he kind of said no to all of these other things.
Okay.
Because I used to get so involved in all of those things. And for the school also, I was this person who used to go and fetch prizes in all the cultural stuff. They used to also push me. So he called up the school and said, like, no, Naba is not going to do that because it's 10th standard. It's very important for her thing. So yeah, that's how my childhood was.
Wow. And at 19, you debuted with Vajrakaya, with Shivraj Kumar.
Yeah.
Who's like, I'm sure Miru, while growing up, he must have been such a...
Huge fan.
How did you process that thing at 19?
See, you know what? I have not processed anything which has happened to my me. Or the... it's somehow like... it was very different. Because I was extremely scared. I did theatre and I was auditioning extensively before getting into films, because I decided like, okay, I have to do films. So I did about 3 or 4 years of serious theatre, because like I told, I'm a nerd, that I have to like, okay, నేను acting చేయాలంటే ఇప్పుడు నాకు acting correct గా రావాలి కదా, నేను ఏం చేయాలి కెమెరా ముందే వెళ్ళి. So I can't like go do things which I don't unprepared. I have to prepare everything. So I was super nervous. Obviously, Vajrakaya also, I went through like about 3 months of auditioning because I was a new girl and the character was like extreme. I had to learn to ride a horse and I had to learn to like smoke a beedi. I was talking in weird language.
You're called Pataka in that film, right? Yeah.
I'm actually a granddaughter of the main villain. So I am like this. I am emulating the main villain, but I am not the villain. I have 2 assistants. I call them Matapu Pratapu. I was extremely scared, but my acting teacher, Gauri Dattu, who's my first acting teacher, where I learned the basics of my acting, she told me, in front of the camera, yes, he's a huge star and you're, grateful and excited to work with him. But in front of the camera, you're equals. He's a character, you're a character. Play it that way. And I still remember this even today. When I go in front of the camera, I am a character and I, share energies with others as they are my characters. Yeah.
What was the first day on facing the camera like?
It was amazing.
Were you nervous? Were you?
I was not. See, like that's what I was telling. I was actually talking to someone else who was asking me, why are you missing the not being an actor? I'm like, I've had an audience ever since I was a child. I've been on a stage as a kid. So I love audience. It's an opposite. I love people. It's not about vanity, but it's about the fact that when there is an audience, I get to express and I get to showcase what I have and I get to entertain them. Even if it is 4 people, I love them. I love to make them happy. So when I did theatre also, like that was the most scariest, because there are absolute audience, 200 people in front of you. That's the most scariest part, because my strengths are when it comes to entertaining and making people laugh. I believe that I have a good comic timing. So when you're on the stage in the theatre, you get the response like that. You know that if your audience are liking what you're doing or not. And when you're not, when they're not liking it, you'll know it, and you have to be aware not to show it on your face because you have to continue your act. So camera was actually was it was easier.
Easier, yeah.
Yeah. Unless other than like knowing your angles and cutting down your body language and everything, because theater is like extremely expressive when it comes to your intonations or your like movement of your body and everything, because you have to reach out to your last seated audience also. So yeah, like camera was actually like cool.
So, what you just said now, that you have always had an audience and enjoyed having that. Okay, you have like some 5 million followers on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's all there. But you're also, as a celebrity, you're always under public scrutiny, right? How do you, where do you draw that line?
See, exactly, I'm used to it. See, what I believe is, at least when it comes to cinema, ఒక ఆడియన్స్ వచ్చి తన జీవితం నుంచి ఒక 4 hours టైం తీసేసి ప్లాన్ చేసేసి ఫ్రెండ్స్ను అన్నీ కలిపేసుకుని ఒక 5,000 రూపీస్ ఇప్పుడు అన్ని టికెట్స్ పెరిగిపోయాయి, పాప్కార్న్లోకి పెట్టాలి, అన్నిటికి పెట్టాలి, దాన్ని తీసి మంత్లీ శాలరీ నుంచి అక్కడ నుంచి ట్రాఫిక్లో జర్నీ చేసి ఆ బాధ అన్నీ తీసుకుని వచ్చి థియేటర్లకు వచ్చి మనం చూడ్డానికి వస్తున్నారంటే వాళ్ళని ఎంటర్టైన్ చేయడం మన ధర్మం, మన కోసం వస్తున్నారు. తర్వాత వాళ్ళకి నచ్చట్లేదంటే వాళ్ళు చెప్పడం వాళ్ళ రైట్. ఇట్స్ దేర్ హక్కు. You know, హక్కు is a Telugu word?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It's right.
It's their right. But what are they talking about అనేది మన అండర్స్టాండింగ్లో ఉన్నారన్నమాట. What am I going to distinguish? Is it the work which they have not liked, or is it personal? That has to be, filtered by
You,
me
individual.
or individually. Not just an audience, in real life also. You have friends, you have family, everybody are like seeking good for you maybe. They're telling a lot of things, but you should know what you're going to actually pick it up from everybody, because otherwise you're just going to lose who you are as a person. Yeah.
Interesting. And when you moved from Bangalore to here, and obviously మీరు శృంగేరిలో పెరిగారు కదా, did you notice any cultural differences?
I've not moved, but I come for work over here. I just
Okay, you're still based out of
Bangalore.
Oh, okay.
I'll live here also. Like I live everywhere. Chikmagalur also I'll go. So I'm just like there everywhere, because this is what I've been doing ever since I was a kid. At the age of 15, I was kicked out of the. I mean, not kicked out of the house.
Moved out.
Moved out.
Yeah.
I always tell my parents that you couldn't handle my energies. Like, అరే ఈ అమ్మాయిని పంపించేసేద్దాం, చేసుకో ఏదైనా కావాలి, జీలే అప్ని జిందగీ. బట్ హైదరాబాద్ కల్చరల్ డిఫరెన్స్ అనేది
అనిపించలేదు.
బికాస్ సమ్హౌ నేను తెలుగు సినిమా చూస్తూనే వచ్చానన్నమాట. తెలుగు సినిమా పాటలకి నేను I've been dancing forever, and I love cinema basically. Be it Telugu, Tamil, Hindi, English, I love it. So I just have that appetite to consume your culture, because I've lived outside my house forever. I love Hyderabad, man. Chala baagundi, chala manchiga chakkaga food pedtaru.
Yeah.
Everybody, you guys take care of your guests so well. You make sure that they're well fed, they're happy, they know your stuff. Manchiga cinema చూపిస్తారు.
That's so nice of you to say. ఈ రూమ్ లోకి వచ్చిన వెంటనే మీరు పోస్టర్స్ చూసి, ఓకే పోస్టర్స్ నేను తర్వాత ఫోటో తీసి పెడతా, ఆల్ ఆఫ్ దీస్ ఆర్ యువర్ ఫేవరెట్స్ అన్నారు కదా. అండ్ నిన్న ప్రెస్ మీట్ లో మాట్లాడుతూ నాకు 10 మూవీస్ ఉంటాయి, whenever I'm low, I keep going back to those movies. One of them is
You want to name them?
Yeah.
No, I think I have more than 10 movies.
Name few movies that you keep going back to.
And
Comfort
series
movies.
is also a lot.
Yeah,
of
please,
series.
please.
Friends is definitely the one. The Pursuit of Happiness is amazing. MCU, all your all the MCU, I've watched it multiple times. Interstellar is something which I keep watching with my brother.
Okay.
Yeah, I love Interstellar because I'm a huge sci-fi junkie, because I'm a nerd again, I'm establishing that. Science, I love science, physics. So Interstellar and all Nolan films. Bohemian Rhapsody is something which I really like. Wait, I recently saw a couple of films which were amazing. Dramas వచ్చేసరికి I also love extreme action films.
Raid.
Raid, I love your
Kill Bill.
Kill Bill, Rocky,
Rambo.
Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
And I love all the deep hearted films. Name something, I don't know, somehow like I get into. I love Joker. I love
Dark Knight.
Dark Knight Rises. I love like the series itself. I think I like the first one better than everything else.
Batman Begins.
Which one? Batman Begins is my
Okay.
favorite.
1 second. ఆయనకి స్వీట్ అండ్ సాల్ట్ ये क्या है వాటర్ మేడంకి ఇదేంటి ఇది స్వీట్ అండ్ సాల్ట్ ఇది సరే ఓకే థ్యాంక్స్ నాకు తెలియదు ఇంకా ఏది వచ్చినా దాగేసే సైలెంట్గా యా తలిపేసే సాయిదీప్ రోలింగ్ కదా సాల్టా తాగే ఇంకా తాగేసా ఏది చేయలేవు we're talking about Batman Begins.
I love Batman Begins because I like the the way it goes, the trajectory of a rich guy from a rich family, privileged, and from what is the name of the place?
Wayne Manor, Gotham City, and how he loses his parents and how he goes to the well and trains himself and comes back and decides to be that person, like this vigilante. I love that, and I love the new series also. New Robert Pattinson's,
because Batman is actually a detective.
Yeah, investigator,
right? Like that's what they have showcased in the new.
I'm going to ask you a very tough question now. MCU or DC?
Sorry, MCU all the time. No, I will not deny. Because,
okay.
See, I've grown up watching South Indian commercial films. I am this girl who sits even in the balcony or like in the last row, behaves like the front row person. I'm a person who hoots. Like even if you I watched Jailer in Delhi. Multiplex, second time. Okay.
These North Indian, they are comparatively very
not just
low key.
Yeah, no, like somehow నాకు ఏమనిపిస్తుందంటే somehow మీరు మల్టీప్లెక్స్ వచ్చేసరికి సడన్ గా బిహేవియర్ చేయాలి, బిహేవ్ అనేది ఒక ఆటోమేటికలీ జనాలకి వచ్చేస్తుంది అని what I've observed. It is not a thing, it is my observation or what I think. But I am this person, even if you go to
So Delhi, Jailer in Delhi, what happened?
I'm hooting. That's it. Oh, man, I'm a huge fan of Rajinikanth sir. So I'm hooting and I'm shouting for all the BGMs and like that interval bank scene, like when he laughs like that, I'm like, Talaiva. And then people are like, Are yavarra ammai? So yeah, so I'm that person. So I've grown up watching all the elevation sequence. I love it, and like for me, if I have to pump up, if I have to get energized, I watch all the hero elevation introduction songs.
Really?
Watch and listen to it over and over and over again.
This is the first time I'm hearing a girl say this.
No. I'm like full like that.
Nice.
So I listen to all the hero elevation songs. It'll be in a loop, and everything which comes, new album. New bang on albums, I'll be like listening to it. Coolie Disco is happening over and over again. Devara is happening over and over again in my track right now.
Pushpa
is happening all over again. I'm like, I drive my car and I keep doing all of that. I've grown up watching those films. So MCU is that. When RDJ is just like, you just keep his face, I'll be like, what? Yeah, I'm that. That's definitely MCU. But when it comes to DC, like obviously you've read your comics and everything.
You have read?
Few.
Okay.
I did, and I'm an artist. So when it comes to pop culture, Batman and Spider-Man and all of these are famous in pop culture. Like, then when it comes to that side, I really like DC's characters and also Wonder Woman, which is like the topmost women superhero.
Yeah.
But when it comes to universe,
MCU. No, but what do you think of Phase 4? As an MCU fan, as a fellow MCU fan, as a former MCU fan, I can
I'm
call
not
myself.
impressed.
Yeah.
Not former, I'm still an MCU fan because
I'm former.
You're, no. They will come back. See, come on. Like, they have had established that kind of an empire for a long time. It's just an experiment which is going on. And also, I was extremely devastated after End War that they've killed two gigantic. I mean, first of all, Iron Man dying was heartbreaking. Like, heartbreaking. Impossible. I cannot still, like,
Process it.
Process it. ఇంకా అవ్వట్లేదు ఎన్ని రోజులు అయింది నేను కూడా ఒక
5 years. 5 years.
So every time I see like a small RDJ is actually given like a statement that like, you know, I would love to because it's like ingrained in my blood and nerves. I would want to come back. So if everything is there's a speculation and there is an article RDJ may return as an Iron Man, I'm like sending it to 10 different people. Yeah, can't wait for that day. Like, you know, all of that. But Phase 4, I think, I don't know. Maza na yaar.
Yeah, let's see. Fingers crossed. నాకు hope లేదు, but
I'm a very hopeful person in life, so I'm just hoping that that whole thing will come back. But yeah, like Spider-Man is still like cool. Tom is like there. I really liked his version of Spider-Man, and the previous Spider-Man was like a treat.
No, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man is like all time.
And even the multiverse.
This one was also good.
Was also very nice, amazing.
The animation was, you know, you have seen that?
I loved it.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Oh God, it was amazing. It's damn good. I loved it. But like we still have, you know, we have Doctor Strange. We have Thor. I hope a different version of Thor comes out.
Yeah.
I really like Benedict Cumberbatch. Oh, there is like one movie which I wanted to talk about, which is
Sherlock.
Nicolas Cage's an unbearable
The unbearable weight of fame or
unbearable
stardom.
weight of
Popularity.
huge.
The one with Pedro Pascal, right?
Yeah, what a movie that is.
Of talent.
Of unbearable talent. The unfortunate.
Wait.
Google. Let's Google it.
The
It's a huge
unbearable
sentence.
weight of talent. It's the one with Nicolas Cage plays himself, right?
Himself, yeah. What a movie. What a comeback. The unbearable weight of a huge.
The unbearable weight of massive talent.
That movie is mind blowing.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I did.
That scene between both of them
In car.
in the car,
Yeah.
and when they get.
Where he opens up.
Not the opens up. Yeah, he opens up. Yeah, like when they jump around on the wall and
Love
they're just
that
like
movie.
tripping and everything. Like it's so good.
I love it when movies get meta.
Yeah.
This I think meta is a genre that movie lovers only like. It's a genre that doesn't do very well for normal people, but for movie lovers it is.
Exactly. There are a lot of movies which audience do not get, but movie lovers who have the previous knowledge and they're used to that kind of content, they love it. Yeah.
Let's hope again, like I said, let's hope MC also makes a comeback.
It will.
Speaking of comebacks, you're making a comeback. you had met with an accident a couple of years back. It was a major setback. How were you sourcing your strength during that period?
Oh God. There were phases, again, like I'm saying. There were phases of total. See, what happened to me was 2019 was my biggest hit, Smart Shankar. It was a rage. And 2000, like post that, I signed like about 4 films or something. And then 20 and 21 industry was shut because of Corona. Generally, what happens is for an artist, when they've had their biggest hit is when they get access to good projects, potential projects or whatever. Because నేను స్క్రాచ్ నుంచి స్టార్ట్ చేశాను అనమాట. ప్రతి సినిమా ఆడిషనింగ్ చేసి డైరెక్టర్స్ లైక్ మై వర్క్, నా ఎనర్జీస్ నచ్చి సినిమాలో తీసుకున్నాను. బీట్ వజ్రకాయ, బీట్ నన్ను దోచుకుందు అంటే, బీట్ ఇస్మార్ట్ శంకర్ ఫర్ దట్ మ్యాటర్. నేను బెంగళూరు నుంచి ఆడిషన్ ఇచ్చాను. పురి సార్ చూసి నచ్చి నన్ను హైదరాబాద్ పిలిచేసుకుని మళ్ళీ ఆడిషన్ అమ్మాయి చేసేదా లేదా అని ఇంకోసారి కన్ఫర్మేషన్ పెట్టుకుని సో అట్లా నా జర్నీ ఉండేసరికి మనకి యాక్సెస్ ఉండదు అన్నీ until you prove yourself to the market, you won't have access. But when I got that space is when the entire world was shut. Not my mistake. But post that, I had a couple of releases, blah, blah, blah. And then I met with an accident. I'm like, ఏమవుతుందిరా నా లైఫ్లో నాకు హిట్ వచ్చింది వరల్డ్ షట్ అయిపోయింది ఇప్పుడు నా షోల్డర్ ఇస్ బ్రోకెన్ and then I was not ready to accept that. No, this is not going to happen. Just now theatres are opened. I have to go like work and push myself. Right after 10 days of my shoulder injury, I just started pushing myself and started working. And that was the huge mistake I did because injury ayaka 10 days, ayaka you have to like rest for another month because 10 days meek sleep undadu anamata. Because I had my shoulder injury, I couldn't sleep lying down. For 10 entire days, I was sitting and sleeping. Like I had like a mount of pile of pillows.
Not even a recliner.
Not even a recliner.
Just sit straight ga.
I mean, just like that.
Okay.
I'm talking about night sleeping. Like on the bed, I had like about 20 pillows like that. And I had like 1 or 2 people always around me to lift me up when I'm sleeping. All of that. There's no sleep. But I'm a person who sleeps a lot. I can sleep for 15 hours. My go-to problem-solving technique is sleep. లైఫ్లో ఏది చెత్తలు ఉన్నా ఏ గోలలు ఉన్నా పడుకోండి రేపు లెగసి చూసుకుందాం దట్ ఈస్ మై థింగ్ బట్ డ్యూరింగ్ దట్ 10 days I couldn't sleep. After that I just pushed myself to work. That was a huge mistake. I didn't give time for, enough time for, physio and everything. I had a relapse. And then I had to go through surgery again. And then that's when I realized that, bro, what are you doing? I'm chasing something psychologically constructed success. Whatever we have is psychologically constructed. నేను ఏదో లైఫ్లో అయిపోవాలి నేను ఒక మనిషి అవ్వాలి అనేది సైకలాజికలీ కాన్స్ట్రక్టెడ్ వరల్డ్లో మనం ప్రూవ్ చేసుకోవడానికి ట్రై చేస్తూ ఉంటాం బట్ యాక్చువల్లీ ఇన్ రియల్ వాట్ యు ఆర్ ఈజ్ యువర్ బాడీ అండ్ యువర్ మైండ్ దట్స్ ఆల్ యు లివ్ హ్యూర్ దిస్ ఈజ్ జస్ట్ దేర్ ఫస్ట్ యు లివ్ ఇన్ యువర్ బాడీ I realized that I was not giving the respect what my body was demanding at the time of crisis. Then I was like, no, inka aapidam. There were a lot of offers I missed, which went on to become hits and huge hits, in fact. But I think that was the best decision I took because my audience liked me on screen because of my energy, my body language, for the way I portray my characters. With a broken shoulder, it's impossible for me to come and give my 100%. So post that, I decided to just work on myself. From then, it was just me, and like immersing myself into the whole. I went back to my childhood, in fact. I just started painting, I just started dancing, watching a lot of movies, reading a lot of books, meeting friends, traveling. I just kind of did everything which was required to build my body and mind back to fullest strength. And now I'm back.
You're back.
Yeah.
You're back.
And how? Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah.
So how was like the first day on set after you recovered, like?
Oh, it was magical.
For Darling Yanadi?
Yeah. And it was magical because you know what happened to me in this period? I was, like I told you, from childhood, I've been just doing all of these things because I thought I'm good at it, because I enjoyed it. Then, after I started shooting Darling, is when I realized why I'm doing this. Because it just used to bring me that happiness within myself. It used to just make my soul alive. In front of camera, when I'm, living those characters, I felt alive. Yeah. And Darling shoot చేసినప్పుడు, obviously I can't talk about everything I've done this film, but నేను మళ్ళీ వస్తా, మళ్ళీ మాట్లాడతా. పోస్ట్ రిలీజ్ చాలా మాట్లాడడానికి ఉంది. కానీ ప్రతిరోజు నేను ఇంటికి వెళ్ళి పడుకున్నప్పుడు on the bed when I went and I'll close my eyes, I had this huge smile on my face annamata. I'm like, wow, what a day, man.
Work satisfaction, no? It's a beautiful feeling.
Yeah, it's not just work satisfaction, that creativity and that bringing characters to life was like something which I thought like, okay, this is why I do this. This is why I pushed myself even though I had a setback. See, because ఏమైపోద్దంటే అరే పోరా బాబు ఇంత చేసిన ఏదో ఒకటి వస్తుంది. Like I got a hit and then there is pandemic and then like I thought everything, then I have a shoulder injury. What is happening? Yeah. Where do I draw energy from? Where do I push myself? But I realized why I actually pushed myself is because, oh God, no, this is why you're here. This is what it is. No matter how many hurdle comes, I know for the fact that I will push myself, and I hope that it's converted in Darling. Yeah, because Darling my energies, what I've poured, my creative expertise, what I've poured, is that 2 years of intense, when am I going to do it? What am I going to do? Like, that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What's something new that you learned from Darling? ఇప్పటి వరకు చేసిన వాటితో పోలిస్తే.
I don't know how, I know for the fact that people will like me. People will like the movie. People will love the movie. But I know for the fact that people will say that this is not what we thought Naba would do in this film. Because after I built my strength, I promised myself that I'm going to do work which is going to break barriers. I think I have broken barriers for myself, not for anybody. Like all the kind of work I'm going to do from now is only for myself to just trying to go higher and higher, trying to push as much as I can. I want to be scared. I want to be petrified when I'm just like taking up something. Darling was that. Camera mundu vachaka was the only place I was calm. Camera chuttu set, nenu Darling set lo, you know how petrified I used to be? Even when they used to light, even when they used to do artwork, I used to sit in that place where my director wanted me to be doing the scene. I used to just sit and do my lines. I wanted to get acquainted with the people around me. Endukante scary, man. This character has been, this whatever Ashwin is written, it's very scary. Like when he came and narrated me, నేను ఏ మైండ్ స్పేస్లో ఉండే అంటే అరే ఇంకా ఇప్పుడు 2 years అయిపోయింది, జనాలు ఎనీవే నన్ను చూడట్లేదు. ఎనీవే పీపుల్ హ్యావ్ సీన్ మీ ఇన్ కమర్షియల్ సినిమా, స్మార్ట్లో క్యారెక్టర్ ఉంది, అది నచ్చింది. తర్వాత నేను ట్రై చేశాను డూయింగ్ గర్ల్ నెక్స్ట్ డోర్స్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ విత్ సోలో బ్రతుకే అండ్ మేస్ట్రో ఆల్సో ఇస్ అ గర్ల్ నెక్స్ట్ డోర్ క్యారెక్టర్, ఆల్ ఆఫ్ దాట్. ఇప్పుడు నేను మళ్ళీ ఇంత కష్టపడి అట్లా సేమ్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ వర్క్ ఈజ్ నాట్ గోనా ఎగ్జైట్ మీ ఓన్లీ. ఏం చేద్దాం అనేసరికి నాకు ఒక రోజు అశ్విన్ ఆల్మోస్ట్ 5-6 months వెతికాను నేను. The stories, I listened to a lot of stories. ఇంకా వేరేదో చేయాలి.
Why did you say no to all those stories? That
because first thing is like, see, obviously it's to nobody's fault that they've only seen the kind of work which I've done 4 years ago. ఆర్టిస్ట్ అనే ప్రోడక్టే నా సినిమాలో చూసింది 4 years బ్యాక్. కానీ ఇప్పుడు సినిమాలు మారిపోయాయి. Audience the consumption of cinema or content has changed. People are consuming different kind of content. When before pandemic, I honestly believe that people sat at home for 2 years and saw the entire world content. They just like understood that, oh my God, there's entertainment in every different aspect. There's so much variety. So people have seen my work only pre-pandemic. the kind of work I was getting was all based on that. But I was not ready to be seen again in that space, because I have evolved as an artist. I'm evolved as a human being, because firstly is that I've encountered a major existential crisis. I've overcome that. That brings a different kind of mindset and understanding towards life. So your approach towards your craft also changes. You know, art is an expression. So what you are is what you express. So when I've changed as a person, my expression of an art also will change now. So I didn't want to do that. So when Ashwin came and told, I was like, I got it. I have it. They were expecting me to be scared, but I was not, because I was in that hungry cheetah ఇట్లా ఉంటుంది కదా, ఇవ్వండి నాకు తినేస్తా ఆ జోన్లో ఉండాను అనమాట. But when we did like about 1 month of workshop with Anand Sami, because firstly is that I asked for it and director also had that in mind. I did one week of combination with Darshi, and then we did like individual sessions, because I had a lot to explore for this movie. So throughout that journey, what I realized is that I had a lot of responsibility for this film. It's not just that I'm coming and playing a character. There is a lot of responsibility for the kind of work the director has done, Ashwin has done, for the kind of work, for the kind of passion the producers are investing, with that passion what they're investing on this film, and all the technicians, Naresh and everybody, I see the kind of hard work what they're putting. I'm like, oh my God, I have a lot of responsibility here. I have to deliver, not just for me, for the movie itself. So that was very scary. It was very scary. I was scared. I did not show it.
It's nice that you're admitting it. Yeah.
No, I was very scared. I was nervous. I was anxious, because Prati Roju, every single scene was very important for the film. Nenunne Prati Roju, chala important. I realized that. Navamanlo manam start chesam cinema. You know what I did? I'm actually telling this to you first. I actually kind of detached myself from everything. I did complete social media detox. I uninstalled my social media platforms. I kind of removed all the energies which was kind of bothering me on a daily basis. I cleared up there is a big space in my house. I cleared up all the furniture. I made it empty so that I can move around. I brought like this white board where I'm just writing what I have to do and everything, like, because I wanted to see it every day.
Like related to role?
Related to role.
Okay.
Role/roles now, because we've told
that.
Split.
Yeah.
So, see, because it's a sensitive subject, we're placing it in comedy thriller. You should know how to play the drama and also be catering to that sensitivity. So that was my idea. So I was very scared, man. I was very scared. I was confident. Yet, this thing, because we shot all my important scenes in the first schedule. We had a house set up and we were just shooting back to back. I'm like, really? And you guys are traveling with this film for 4 years. I'm just here for like a month. I'm like, oh my God, all the important first schedule. He's like, let's get over with all the difficult scene first. I'm like, okay, Ashwin, good. So I used to just sit there. I used to like say the dialogues out loud, even when they were working, when they were, setting up the lights and everything, because firstly is that I didn't want them to be surprised when I'm this thing, and I wanted to get used to the number of people around me, so that I don't get fearful in front of the camera. So that happened. So that is something which I learned actually. Like, it helps sitting in your environment while you're prepping, because I obviously used to prep in the caravan and I used to come, and the previous day I used to prep with my costume on and with the song and everything, and then come sit in the set. It helps a lot. That I learned. That was amazing. It helped me a lot.
Lovely.
Yeah. So like there was a bed, there was a cot, like you saw the poster.
Yeah.
there's a cot. I'm just sitting there. So they had like sometimes they had to move the bed with the cot, like for the cot for the frame. I'm like, I'm not moving. They used to lift me along with the bed and used to place it left. And I'm like, I used to do that. They used to be like, are you enjoying this? I'm like, yes, I enjoy vanity.
Super. What's next?
I have Swayambhu, which is again a different, space. I'm playing a classical dancer in the film, and it's a periodic film. My look is out, which people are really like enjoying. I've never done a complete traditional look, and that is a very exciting film. And my character in the film has like a great graph arc.
Okay.
When I met the director, he had this on the like this. There is a wall and there's a table, and he's like full information about a lot of things, full like that. And then I met him, and he's like, I have material for 5 movies. I mean, it's not like a thing. He was like generally, he's very knowledgeable. Bharat Krishnamachari, very knowledgeable, and he was like, I have material for 5 films. Let's see how this movie will do. We'll see how many parts we're gonna make. I'm like, wow, that's amazing. So he has like really cool stuff planned for the further, parts also. My character has that kind of arc. And next is Darling.
Yeah.
I want everybody to see what I can do at this point of time, and then kind of figure
Take
out
decisions.
what I want to do. Because you'll know what I'm talking when the movie comes out.
Yeah. It's coming out on June 12th or 13th?
19th.
19th. Oh, sorry.
July 19th.
Okay, yeah, we still have a week more then.
Yeah. So actually, coincidentally, Ismat Shankar released 5 years ago, July 18th.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And like Darling is also
Life comes full circle in a way.
Yeah, no, 5-year plan.
Yeah.
Every 5 years, like in that series, Lost. Have you seen that series where...
I haven't seen Dark. I haven't seen Lost.
You've not seen Dark?
No.
Oh my God, you should see it. Do you like... It's a time...
I don't know. A lot of people have
You didn't?
into it. Never.
Oh my God, it's amazing. Yeah. Like that, like...
Cycle. Oh, okay. Superb. All the very best for July 19th. All the very best. Glad you're back.
Thank you so much. Thank you for making time to have this conversation.
Same.
It was lovely. Looking forward to do again.
Lovely. Thank you so much for opening up so well. All the very best for Darling.
Thank you, Ram. Thank you so much. Bye.
Hola! Your dream vacation to Bali starts from rupees 22,999 only with GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand.